Hey
Romantic
y'all, my thoughts
homicide.
gonna be
My
in a separate
thoughts.
video because everything took up. So now these are my thoughts. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I personally do feel like alleged that he sacrificed her. I believe he is a devil worshiper. I do believe that he did it, and I also believe alleged. Okay, I believe that because they said that they met in a gaming room, so he was a gamer. She probably was a little tongue girl and not used to talking to boys. But I do know that a part of his fascination with her had something to do with her ethnicity, um, and her youth. Um, because they said that he had a thing for younger girls. So this boy is giving off the energy that he did not, even though he was talented. Because I think he met her, I think they said he was 16. So he's giving off the energy that he was not fully, okay, how can I say it? Like, his body was adult, but his mind was a child, if that makes sense. Like, because if you think about it, 16 is very young. 19 is very young. I have an 18-year-old that's 19 in the house, and she tells me out of her mouth, I'm still a baby. So we got to take into account that. So I want to just take that into account. But we need to hear from his parents. Don't be acting like that ain't your child, mother and father, because it is. And we need to hear more from her parents because they have to explain themselves too. They need to explain how did she get out. Now I know that you go to sleep because I go to sleep. You know, I raised three, so I know they can get out. And I remember one time my oldest when he wanted to go. I had this is all me talking about personal and things. I remember one time me and his dad was literally physically trying to restrain him. I still remember that. And my son at the time, our boy was like 5'11" maybe, and even though the dad was bigger, we're like, don't do it, because it's such a when they're at that age, become you can easily get arrested from children. A parent's job is so it's all about the relationship you form with them. That's all I can say. You're not kissing their ass, but you got to show them a stable foundation, and you got to form a relationship with them that grows. Because the Bible talks about seed planting. Plant the seeds, and stuff. And so, to any young moms who are worried at their daughters and stuff, plant your seeds early. Pray over your child. Talk to them about reality. Make them aware that the internet is not the place to date, because it's not. Because to me personally, it's become almost like Satan's playground, because you got people on there taking off clothes, showing. You had Cardi B come on with it with her whole breast out and her areolas and everything showing, and everybody like, get it, girl, get it. So that's why I say the internet is not the place to date. It really ain't. And so as far as her getting out, she could have snuck out, but she came back home, and something happened. I don't know if maybe they said, the alleged pregnancy, but these things have not been confirmed. But she could have wanted to go back home to her mama. But he sounded like he was obsessed. He did. He sound like, but he giving off like he was obsessed. And then when you intimate and you sex creates a soul tie. So if he and she ain't know nothing about it, because she said on the video about you raping a girl. So he was the first one to take her innocence. So with that being said, and knowing how that part, there was something that happened that we don't know about yet, but it could have been that she might have wanted to leave and go back home, and he told her she couldn't leave. And because I don't know, ladies, this is all honesty here. I done been in that situation where I wanted to go, and I said, I done been in the car with a man, and I heard him crank that shit up, and I said, where you going? I got to go, and I'm in my 40s. Baby, I book if I done seen a lot. I done seen a lot, have a lot happen to me. And even in my aware state, I've had a lot occur that made me go, how they say things that make you say, So I know that I consider myself to be a spiritual being living a human experience. So the things that I have learned, I instill them in my children, and I talk straight honesty to my daughter. Like I give it to her raw, unfiltered. Um, and that has worked pretty well for us because she sees it, and she's kind of like a uh, very judgmental young lady when it comes down to me. She looks at the key things that she doesn't like, which is good for her. That means that she's not broken and seeking. She's educated and focused. There's a difference. So I don't know what happened, but I just want to send out condolences to the family if they're innocent, and if they guilty, y'all got to go down. Okay, if you sold this child to this man, lady, if you took any type of money, because I know the little churn was taking money, but them little churn, see, kids do not know about when soul ties are created and intimacy and how it changes. Intimacy changes relationships. I keep telling y'all this. Soul ties are real. I'll put some in so y'all can get a good idea. One moment. How do soul ties happen? And y'all know I got a video on soul ties. Sexual intimacy. God created sex to bond two people spiritually. That's what God created it for. Now, what Satan using it for? He using it to control the world. Y'all know that. A woman can drop her drawers and y'all gonna give her what I had my homeboy told me about the girl in the wheelchair. She asked for $1. He said he ain't had it. She opened her legs. And I'm thinking, this heifer, she know what cat means. She opened her legs and she ain't even got none. I ain't playing with y'all. Emotional attachment. Deep relationships can create lasting ties. Toxic relationship, aka trauma bonds. Abuse, manipulation, and trauma can form unhealthy bonds. That is a hard one to break, because when you with a man and he abusing you and you keep going back, baby, you tying yourself up in knots. This is why God called us to wait for marriage. Sex is more than physical. It's a spiritual bond. So, with that being said, we have touched on this story. When more information comes out, I will. And I know that y'all know I gave y'all what I had on it, which was, I went to people. But we know a lot together. We know that where she was found. We have a good general idea now that she was in stage 3, possibly gone about 2 weeks, possibly, because of the way she was decomposing. But it could have been a little less, but I'm thinking around that because she was in the trunk and it's summer. I did hear that it was only her head and torso found. So he's still free, even though you're seeing things of him up in jail. So, this is this. And we'll revisit this again. Please feel free to go off in the comments. I welcome anybody who need to talk about anything. And message me if y'all need to discuss something or whatever, or y'all got some ideas, or y'all feel like it's some things that I missed. Because, look, y'all teaching me. Y'all my new best friends, okay? So, I'm going to do Wayne, child, but this popped up over Wayne. And y'all ain't going to like me anyway when I talk about him anyway, because I'm sure going to bring all of it to the forefront. But anyway, this has basically been Baby Girl 411 touching on this very sensitive subject. Choose wisely. Watch your kids, moms and dads. Pray to those who don't find a spiritual foundation. Child, find something, but find sanity and safety, okay? All right, love y'all. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in.